Dave Abrams.
And I'm Kristin Lagana. Welcome to Arundel County Week in Review. In this episode, we'll talk about local kids who are shooting hoops for leadership and visit the Piney Orchard Farmers Market. But first, making headlines this week. The much-anticipated Nitro Circus, brought to you by Davidsonville's own Travis Pastrana, finally came to Annapolis, and it didn't disappoint. 22,000 people came out for the show, which organizers said was the largest turnout in North America ever. And that was even with 2 rain delays. It was a feast for the senses with dirt bikes flipping, a motorized recliner, skateboards, pyrotechnics, and nonstop action. Now, if you're like Dave or me, I'm super sad that you couldn't make the show, we'll be sure to let you know when it returns to Annapolis. Isn't it great that they were able to pull this off right here in our home city?
It was, because when they first started talking about it, there was this weird, I was surprised to see there was community opposition to it because people didn't want the traffic. They want to know how loud it was going to be, all that stuff. But come on, guys, Travis Pastrana.
He's from here.
Give the guy a break. He wanted to do a good thing.
It brought a lot of tourism to the city.
I know. It looked like it was great.
Oh, yeah. I saw pictures just from friends and family that went to the show, and the stadium was packed.
Yeah, and I mean, you're from Davidsonville. Do you have a dirt bike?
I don't have a dirt bike. I had a 4-wheeler.
You did?
I did. I definitely didn't have a motorized recliner.
I know, right?
It's pretty cool.
I was expecting some sort of comment on how if there's a motorized recliner, I probably have one or I need one. Or
take a motorized recliner to
something about how I'm old or something like that.
Right through the drive-through.
Now, Kristin, we're very happy for Travis that he was able to do this, and we'll be sure to let people know when it comes back.
We should have taped it.
There were some logistical problems. But Kristin, we're going to do something special today.
Okay, what are we going to do?
You probably didn't know this,
probably didn't.
Our most loyal viewer of the show never ever misses a show.
Is it my mom?
Well, your mom is one.
Okay.
But our CAO, excuse me, Chief Administrative Officer Mark Hartzell.
Hey, Mark.
Is a loyal follower of this show, and we appreciate that.
Thanks, Mark.
And I just want to take a minute here, if I can. Can I take a minute?
Break it down.
And tell you, our Chief Administrative Officer Mark Hartzell, he does a really great job.
You're special, Mark.
He runs, the from the county executive level. He helps manage the police department, the fire department, DPW, all those big planning and zoning, all that stuff. So shout out to Mark Hartzell, and good job, buddy. And we'll have you on the show soon. How's that?
That sounds great.
Huh?
Yeah.
And for now, every week we're going to give shout outs to our best viewers. So you guys better tune in. Well, back to the news. This week, County Executive Steve Schuh announced that even more help is on the way to fight the opioid epidemic. Lieutenant Governor Boyd Rutherford and Annapolis Mayor Mike Panelides joined Schuh to announce that a $287,000 state grant will pay for expanding the Safe Stations program and increasing staff to the county's crisis response teams for quicker deployment. Here's what Mayor Mike Panelides had to say about it.
I want to thank one of my biggest partners, County Executive Steve Schuh. He highlighted the many successes we've had in our Safe Streets program. We had 15 people alone come to the city of Annapolis for help. That's 15 people that had a problem, wanted help, came to either police or fire station, and are now on the path towards recovery. I also want to thank the Lieutenant Governor for the money that they're putting towards that'll help our crisis response team going forward. These are the people on the front line that are dealing with this problem every single day.
Crisis response teams go out to the arrest scenes to encourage addicts to check into treatment programs. The Safe Stations initiative is a new program where anyone can show up at a fire station if they decide to get help at any time of the day or night. And in just 3 months, Kristin, almost 100 people have gone to a fire station to start the path to recovery. Isn't that great?
Yeah, it's a really great resource to have to help people.
Because, you're always hearing that, the resources aren't there. We don't know who to call. No one will help me. And this is something where, middle of the day, middle of the night, you decide that's it, I'm not doing this anymore. You walk up to a fire station and they will help you.
Well, many thanks to all of our county staff and volunteers that are
we love our fire and EMS. They do an awesome job. Now, if you want to find out more about how to seek help, or how to help a friend or loved one, go to aacounty.org/heroin.
Well, Dave, if you ever wanted to wear the badge, now is your chance.
Yes.
Starting August 23rd, the County Police Department will be hiring new officers. We wanted to let you know early so you can get started with those push-ups. Take a look at this commercial produced by Arundel TV.
My favorite part of the job is the flexibility that we have as a patrol officer. And sometimes we're running from call to call and you can't be flexible, but when it's slower, when we have downtime, you can do a lot of different things. You can work on investigations, searching through databases, you can pull traffic, you can walk foot, you can be looking for drugs, or you can just be out, talking to community members or playing with kids and different things like that. So every day can be different. I'm Josh Cook and I'm a police officer with the Anne Arundel County Police Department.
For more information, go to the web address you saw at the end of the video, aacounty.org/police. Do it now, Dave, while you're working on those push-ups.
Yeah, I got to do a lot of push-ups.
Can you do a push-up
I haven't been to the
with
gym
Yoshi
in a month.
on your back?
Maybe 10.
That would be fun.
Maybe 10.
No.
He would jump
Will
off. He
actually
wouldn't.
showed me a video where some people will squat with their dogs around their
Oh,
shoulders.
yeah. Oh, well, you don't have a dog, but people who have dogs and cats, especially cats, like they get up all in your business when you're trying to work out in the house. They will climb all
yoga,
over you.
I've seen all that.
Yeah. So it's not, but Yoshi would jump off. He wouldn't do it.
We don't have a dog yet because if it was up to Will, we'd have 12 dogs. So.
Well, we're working on it for you, man. We're talking to her
I feel
all
like
the
we talk
time.
about it every week
We're
now.
like, where's
the dog?
Where is Kristen's
Where's
puppy?
the dog?
Well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we return, we'll talk to Darius Stanton about the Wiley H. Bates Leadership Academy. Take a look at our community calendar for events happening around town, and we'll be right back.
You made this vacation happen, cleverly merging promotions,
Double points with every purchase.
and cross-referencing travel sites. Aloha! If you can ace your vacation, you can do it for retirement. Get on track with tips at aceyourretirement.org.
Well, welcome back. Joining us in the studio this week, we're delighted to have Mr. Darius A. Stanton, who's here to talk to us about the Wiley H. Bates Leadership Program. But first, before we talk about the Academy, I wanted to get a bit more knowledge about what it is you do, all the service you provided to our community over the years. Can you give us a brief?
That's a lot.
I know.
Tell us like the last 3 years.
Okay,
Yeah.
the last 3 years works. Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me on the
You're
show.
welcome.
Really appreciate the opportunity and excited about, as I always am, to talk about what we're doing in our community for our young people. I say we because there are a lot of people involved in the work that we do. Briefly, I work here in the city, or in the county. I work for a few county executives, which was a long time ago. Jim Lighthouser, Bobby Neal, worked for Mayor Hopkins, which started my career. Then I started working with Boys and Girls Clubs. Fell in love with the work that we do in Boys and Girls Clubs. Worked there for about 17 years. Throughout the county, Montgomery County, Prince George's, the District of Columbia, and I retired in Baltimore City running the clubs there.
Retired?
I retired, yeah.
What?
I mean, after 17 years, being in that one space, you got to shift gears. And so I shifted gears in the private sector. I always wanted to work for myself. My grandmother had a beauty salon in our basement. So I always learned how to take care of people, go get coffee, go get water, juice, call cabs, meet ladies at the door, old ladies, and help them to their car, those kinds of things. But it taught me customer service. And I always talk to people as a motivational speaker about manners start at home. So Professionalism 101 really is based and rooted in manners. And that's what we've been doing over the last 3 years, is really helping young people learn the importance of their manners, learn the importance of treating people with respect. Young men open the door for young ladies. Young ladies be kind enough to say thank you when you had the door open for you. but also how do we explore and tap into people's passions. And so we formed the Annapolis Art, Sports, and Leadership Academy, which was really put together because a lot of people were saying we need something for our children to do. We don't have a lot of programs. And so I'm one of those people that believe in what I call asset-based communication and leadership, which basically means when you see a need, fill it. Don't wait for somebody else. Don't point the finger. Don't complain about it. Do what you need to do. Find the people who are doing it or have the resources to make it happen and go to work.
And Kristin, we should mention also that the Stanton family is very, very well known in the city of Annapolis. Maybe if you live in Glen Burnie or Crofton, you're not familiar. But I mean, tell us a little bit about your dad, about the Stanton Center in
Truly,
Annapolis.
I got to give my dad the credit. A quick story: I was over this past weekend speaking in Ocean City at a conference, and the guy during the conference while I was speaking was like, "I got to ask you, are you Leslie Stanton's son?" Mm-hmm. And I was like, "Yes, sir." And he said, "I went to school with your father at University of Maryland, Eastern Shore." And he said, "Your father was the most well-respected, kind-hearted guy on campus. You could just tell he was different from everybody else."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Wow, thank you for, he said, I said, am I living up to the name?" And he said,
he's
"Yes,
a great guy.
You're doing a great job." So as a result of that, I'm very fortunate, to have a family who's been committed to helping people and serving. And so, we've been, and on both sides, the other side of my family, my grandfather was a significant civil rights movement guy. He was really involved at a time in the 70s or 60s, actually, where they actually sat in at the where Annapolis Hotel is currently. Mm-hmm. There was a depot there, and it was black, whites only, and they sat in night after night, and he was working at the Naval Academy. So imagine, at that time, working at the Naval Academy and doing that, somebody could have called and his job would have been gone.
This is now the Lowe's Hotel, right?
It's down the Lowe's Hotel.
Yeah, that's where the train station was. I can't even imagine a train station
coming through the city of Annapolis, right? So things really changed. But fortunately, and thanks so much, for that, but our family is very proud. And as a matter of fact, my sons and daughter, they're all involved in the academy. Which is a big honor because
it's a family affair.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. I mean, when you have your children there working, side by side and pushing, that makes all the difference in the world.
I think the work you're doing is so admirable. It's so unfortunate. I still, I see it in so many young people. They don't really instill those manners and those lessons, and it's so wonderful that you're out there and you're putting that positive, spin on it and helping encourage and teaching them. So it's very admirable what you're doing.
Well, we appreciate it. I mean, but as I said, it is a lot of people. We're fortunate to have the Annapolis alumni chapter of the Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated involved. We also have the Wiley H. Bates. We named it after Wiley H. Bates, but the Legacy Center actually is our largest contributor. And so it's great that, they see the need in supporting, what we're doing and having young people grow and follow behind someone as thorough and phenomenal as Wiley H. Bates. I mean, a man in the 30s here in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County who owned 100 properties. I mean, who owns 100 properties today?
Right.
I mean, that's a big deal. And then he was a venture capitalist, and so he did a lot of, great things. So we named the league after him, and the Legacy Center is involved. The City of Annapolis Recreation Department, is a big partner. Sandy Springs Bank, another big partner. So we've got a lot of work there. Anne Arundel County Community Action Agency, another partner. Right. So a lot of people, who really pour in, and we wouldn't be able to do this without the coaches. There are coaches who were playing in the league that my father started 27 years ago, in which I coached as a 19-year-old, and I always like to say it. We won the first championship as a coach.
Oh, a little plug there.
Plug, right, shameless plug. But the guys who played during that time are now coaches in the league.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And they're fathers, and they're, doing well and taking care of themselves, but they're reaching out, and they're not getting paid. We're the only people being paid. We have a video production program that's being run by Smooth House Productions, and it's not nearly what his true value. But we are paying him for his time to help our young people create social conscious videos.
He does great work. He's a very talented videographer.
So
But those kids are all about that too.
Oh yeah, so
Such a hot trend right now. So
We're in talks. We're gonna have some kids working here.
very
We're gonna have
good.
And they're awesome.
stuff,
I was gonna say you should.
Yeah.
so.
And just think, one of the other programs that the young people are learning. So when they go on the court, they play ball. And we've got some really hot talent. We've got teams from Brooklyn Park. Tremaine Johnson, the new coach at North County, he's working. He's not coaching, but he's got a lot of teams and young people involved. We also have Raymond Pack, who's another young man who's teaching in the county. He's got a team in the league. And then down in the southern part of the county, we have some teams. We have 5 county teams and teams from the city. So we expanded. Part of our goal was to bring our children from the city and the county together and the neighborhoods, because of course Annapolis had a significant spike in violence last year, over 12 homicides. And of course, we've got this huge opiate, heroin overdosage. So we wanted to make sure that, young people were working together and could play. And so after they come off the court, they go into these leadership sessions. And they learn entrepreneurship, they learn finance, they learn the importance of emotional intelligence. They talk about the significance of taking care of the environment and being a global citizen.
Yes, love it.
And so those are the types of things that take place. But the unique thing that we've done this year that we haven't done before is we have actually a program that teaches our young people abstinence and how important it is for them to abstain from getting involved in sex until they're ready. My mother told me birds, foxes dig holes, birds build nests. Human beings are the only people that create babies and don't have a place for them to go for their families. So we.
Never thought of that.
What do the bees do? What do the bees do? That's the question.
Do they do that?
The hive.
Okay, well, thank you for the answer. So
I love these two.
You mentioned a lot of stuff there that's all wrapped together in the leadership program. How do people sign up? How do kids get involved in it?
So you can catch us on Facebook at the Annapolis Art, Sports, and Leadership Academy. The founding organization is Men Aiming Higher, so you can go there, www.menaiming.higher.org. That's Men Aiming Higher. And so you can reach us there. You could also call me directly at 410-703-1898. That's 410-703-1898. And we do need help. I mean, we not only do we do this program during the
volunteers.
Summer, we need volunteers. We also do it during the school year. The first Saturday of every month, we have a college tour generally for students. So we've gone to University of Maryland College Park.
That's awesome.
Gone to Towson. University of Maryland Eastern Shore has a golf certification program. And we took young people there. It's a GPA certified program. So once you finish that 4.5-5-year program, you can go anywhere in the world and run a golf course.
Huh.
So we took them there. Lincoln University in Pennsylvania, which is my alma mater, another plug. But young people get a chance to get out of their communities, but it costs. Buses are at least $500 to $600. Well, actually, I'll take that back. $1,100 because we're not staying in the the basic area. We're taking them out of their immediate area, and so we need that financial support as well as volunteers.
If someone wants to come catch a basketball game.
We got one, this weekend?
Championships are this weekend.
There you go.
And they're going to be hot. I mean, we've got 17 and under playing. They're going to play at 11:30. We have the 15 and under at 10:30 and the 13 and under at 9:30. And they're going to be playing at the Pitt Moyer Center, which is on Hilltop Lane in Annapolis. So you can look it up. Roger Pitt Moyer Center.
Get out of the way, Rucker. This is Annapolis.
I'm telling you,
it's
it's
real.
hot. It is hot, and they're going to be a lot of fun. We're actually going to have a young man by the name of William Shorter, who has just been appointed to the Board of Regents, which is basically, for those who don't know, the board that manages all the University of Maryland system colleges. So
it's
like the Board of Trustees
yes.
for the colleges in Maryland, and he is the student representative. And he's going to be our guest speaker. And an interesting story quickly about him, he actually was in special ed in high school, and his teachers believed in him and just pushed him. And he turned he just needed that support. and that extra help. And that's what we're really about, providing young people and their parents. The other key component is we have a parent university where we teach parents and actually help parents to learn things that we surveyed them last year to find out what do you want to know. And so we provide, how do you own first-time home buyers, finances, how to reach hard to reach young people, things of that nature, so that our parents are part of the program. We have over 125 parents every Thursday and Saturday there rooting and cheering their children on. And our greatest quote and comment, or the theory of the program that we use, is education is our new sport.
I love it. I love it.
Because sports are cool.
That's right.
Sports are cool.
Yep.
And
Amazing.
education is more important because you need that to sustain yourself throughout life. Sports is great, but if we put the same amount of passion, can you imagine if everybody that called their grandmother to go see a lacrosse game or soccer game or football game came to the PTA meeting, came to the SAT prep or the spelling bees or whatever you're doing in school?
Yeah.
So education has to become our new sport in America.
It makes so much sense to me. Makes sense to you?
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Well, amazing work that you're doing, and we really appreciate you coming on. Please come back and let us know what you're up to throughout the school year. Would be another great time
No
to
doubt.
have
And
you
when we
in.
come back, we'd love to do that. As a matter of fact, when we come back, we'll bring some of our young people so they can tell you about their experiences.
That would be wonderful.
And folks, let's volunteer here.
Yes,
come volunteer and help
come
out.
catch a game. It was so wonderful having you today.
It was
Thank
a pleasure.
You so much.
Thank you for the wonderful interview.
And
Appreciate
we will
it.
be
Enjoyed
right
it.
back with more Week in Review right after this. Don't go anywhere.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Welcome back. Steve Schuh gets all the great assignments.
Right?
No, jealous. This week he was at the Piney Orchard Farmers Market, one of my favorite places. Steve?
Director of Constituent Services, Nancy Schrum, and I are here in Piney Orchard at the Farmers Market. This is so exciting. I can't wait to see all the goodies they have for sale. We love kettle corn in our house. This is great looking stuff. So what different flavors do you have?
Today we have traditional, salty and sweet, and then we have a mix with both of them.
So traditional?
Yes.
Salty
and sweet.
Salty and sweet, and a
then
little
a
of both.
mixture. Yes.
Oh, that's great. So this lets you have your cake and eat it too.
Yes.
You get a little bit of everything.
Yes.
How long have you been coming to the farmers market?
Piney Orchard, this will be our second year.
Second year, great.
Yes.
Awesome. What are you selling today?
Fresh live Maryland crabs.
Fresh live Maryland crabs,
Yeah.
fantastic. How long have you been participating in the farmers market?
Just this year.
Oh, this is the first time participant in the farmers market.
So these are our number ones.
Smells like crabs.
And as you can see,
Oh, those are beauties.
I mean, they're huge.
Those
Like
are
this guy,
beauties.
for
Look at
instance.
that guy. That's a meal in himself.
Right.
That's a nice looking crab.
So,
You have the train?
I wish.
Wow.
That's chocolate chip cookie.
Look at this. Look at this 6-inch chocolate chip cookie. That's right up my alley. One of the major food groups in my book. You can't get this in the store. This is all fresh out of the oven, right?
It is, and actually, this is a continuation of what my skills are. I was a pastry chef and a cake decorator for a
Oh,
long
really?
time, so yeah.
Oh,
and
so
it's just
you're
carried on.
a master of the craft.
I love it.
So you have brioche, cinnamon brioche, Asian
Right.
buns. What makes a bun an Asian bun?
Well, it's the kind of bun. It's sort of like a sweet roll, and it's filled with different things. So it's something that you'd get in every Asian bakery, basically. But the stuff that I make has no preservatives or fixed stuff.
So it's all fresh.
Yeah.
No preservatives,
Baked
no
this
chemicals.
morning.
Just made this morning. Wow, right out of the oven.
And then when I can, I use produce from the farmers market, like fruit and herbs
Oh wow.
and things.
Now look at this. This is very clever. A little heart. Perfect for your sweetheart. What tell us about this little pie here?
It's just a pie, very simple ingredients, and the peaches are from my neighbor Harris Farms.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So right there so the
Yes.
peaches came from the next booth, and here's the peach pie right here, ready to go. Thank you. Are these hot or sweet peppers?
Those are jalapenos. Those are all hot. That's hot bananas.
Wow. Now this will light up your tongue. These are jalapeno peppers, the hot ones. And these are big sweet peppers?
These are hot banana peppers, actually.
I've never heard of a hot banana pepper, but I see the comparison. They look good. Are they tasty? Are they?
Oh yeah, they've got a zing.
Yeah?
They've definitely got a zing. I make a canned hot mustardy peppers.
You know what this is?
Wow.
Okay.
And I can those in the fall.
You said this is a banana pepper?
That's a banana pepper.
When was the last time you saw a banana pepper? That thing is huge. It's as big as a banana. That's probably where they got the name. So if you want to visit the Piney Orchard Farmers Market, you only get one chance per week, Wednesday from 2 to 6:30. Be there.
Oh my gosh, the food looks amazing.
Right.
Once again, you can check out the Piney Orchard Market Wednesdays from 2 to 6:30 p.m. Of course, they're also on Facebook, so go like their page right now. Farmers markets, it's where it's at, I'm telling you.
I know.
And this time of year, oh my gosh.
I know. And I have to admit, I'm not a frequent customer at the farmers markets, and I was surprised to see how many things they had there that you're not going to find anywhere else.
Right. And there's so
it's
many
really-
things that you never think to go to a farmer's market for. Like the last time, I try to go to one every weekend. And lately I've been seeing a lot more fresh seafood, like crab meat. And it wasn't really something I paid attention to before. And you know it's super local, so
Yeah.
that's great. And then another really hot thing right now are stone
And we saw the
fruits.
jumbo crabs in
The
that
jumbo
clip
crabs,
there.
yeah, exactly.
Those things were humongous.
Right, and
Yeah.
then the stone fruits are, of course, are really popular right now. You got your cherries, your nectarines, your plums. So I guess I wanted to ask you, have you frequented any farmers markets, and what are some things you like to do with fresh fruit and vegetables?
Oh my God! Wow, put me on
Any
the spot,
recipes?
Kristin. So I start bringing up pets, which you don't want.
I do want a pet.
You don't want a pet.
I do.
And you're taking it out on me by asking me difficult questions about farmers
Fine,
markets.
I'll go first.
Okay, what do you like about farmers markets?
Well, I love the camaraderie, the social aspect of it all, the neighborhood coming together. We're trying to do something healthy by eating something better for ourselves. It's local, it hasn't been processed, hasn't had a ton of pesticides. So what I did recently, there was, at my local farmer's market, there is a great mushroom farm that these gals run. And they had out this mix of mushrooms, and I decided I'm gonna be adventurous.
Okay.
Because I only ever use like white button mushrooms.
Boring.
Brown Bella, cremini.
Boring.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, what are these like?
So lame.
Oyster?
Your mushrooms are lame.
I know. So shiitake. Like I started to up my mushroom game. So I got this box of mixed, and I'm thinking, now what can I do that'll really, highlight these mushrooms? I made a risotto.
No.
It was the first time I made a risotto.
No.
And then I was going over to my parents' house one Sunday, and I wanted to bring something. I had all these cherries and peaches. I made a crumble. Made a crumble, Dave. Like a stone fruit crumble, brought vanilla ice cream. It was a hit.
We're gonna have some risotto, hun.
Risotto, hon.
Some risotto,
So that's
hun.
what I did. I'm just trying out
Wow.
recipes using local farm, local
Well,
fresh.
but you didn't tell us what
ingredients.
you made with the mushrooms.
I did, the risotto.
Oh, the
Mushroom
risotto, that's right.
Yeah, it was either gonna be that or like a sauce, a gravy, as we Italians say, for pasta.
One time I had you know how they have turkey burgers and they have like veggie burgers?
Yeah, they
like,
have fresh meat.
I have had before a fancy like shiitake mushroom burger where it's just a big shiitake
Where
mushroom.
it's the mushroom, yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's
pretty good.
really
And they're
good.
like, it tastes just like a hamburger.
Well, it's pretty meaty. It's
but-
not like, it's not a straight up. My favorite, I've been making this summer, Greek turkey burgers that have shaved zucchini, local, in them. And then I put like tzatziki on top. Tzatziki. But something else, what else have I been doing? We get our eggs from the farmer's market. You can't beat
Good
local
call.
farm fresh eggs.
Good call.
Yep.
And, little insider tip.
Okay,
The
shoot.
Annapolis Farmers Market, check out the pies.
Ooh.
That's all I'm going to say.
Wait,
about
is that the one at the Riva Road?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yes.
Yeah, and make sure if you're there, you check out Cumberstone Ice Pops. What's up, Brandon?
Yeah, Brandon, what's up, buddy? Well, that wraps up this week's edition of Week in Review. You can watch this episode and archive episodes online anytime on Facebook or YouTube by simply searching for Arundel TV. Please tune in again next week for more highlights and news from around the county, and we'll see you next time.